Our work party has been meeting regularly for 7 years now.
Please, yeah. And away they go.
Once a month we gather at one of our homesteads and work together for the afternoon. This time it's our turn and we're using the group to harvest our potatoes. As usual, we use horses to pull the lifting plough. Today, Henry and Flora are doing the job. This is what Flora looked like 7 years ago. She's in her prime these days, which is more than you could say for some of the rest of us.
All grown up now, 7 years old. We're going to do the potatoes again, like every year. You not let the sheep in here, please.
Did you bring your own basket there?
I did.
Did you make that?
I certainly did. It's an oak swill.
It's very nice.
Come on, guys.
The first 3 rows we harvested were planted differently from our usual way. These were planted shallowly, without ploughing the ground first. We did use mulch to keep the weeds down, but it was only partially successful. As expected, the potatoes from the weedy plot weren't great, but there were some, so it wasn't a complete failure. We learned quite a lot. I'll put a link in the description to the experiment we've made back in the spring. Basically, we were trying to find a way to plant potatoes without ploughing and without huge amounts of mulch. It's an interesting challenge, and we'll be doing more on this project in the spring.
Come on, a little bit more. Good boy. Now.
It's obvious how much weedier our experimental plot is than the piece we ploughed.
Yeah.
I love green. Really good for my...
Why was that? Were you sick, were you? No, it was just... It was on this end. Right,
It won't go in sideways with the door.
we just have to fiddle it when we get to the...
Mind your head. You going to the end? Does it want to go there?
Our priority for now is to get all the potatoes safely under cover. But first, a little break.
Cup of tea then?
Tea time!
Tea up, people! Happy birthday to us!
But Sandra,
Now he's editing.
He's a professional.
Oh yeah.
No, it's got to be humorous. That's the whole point.
Will I cut?
It's humorous. People
You ready
laugh
for me
at
to
that,
cut?
people think how stupid and they'll laugh. And that's what you want.
Who wants black tea?
Me,
please.
me.
1, 2, 3.
Can I have black tea with milk?
Bob, you get the crumbs.
There we go, Tim.
And Trudy too.
Thank you.
Oh, walnuts.
Num 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 num.
Nom nom nom, you say that in every video.
Somebody watch that.
Say
so the
something
dogs don't get it.
7 years of mehel. Any thoughts on meheling for 7 years, people?
Don't all speak at once.
mehaling. But I think I was just about to say something.
Yeah, well, look.
Camera.
Oh, okay. Cue Martin.
Because we're not too precious about the amount of work people do, so if somebody
Thank
doesn't
goodness.
turn up because they're not well, that's fine too.
We're not too precious about the amount of cake people eat.
Yeah, or eating manners.
It's not
or
precious.
anything.
Well, we're all quite committed, aren't we, to it?
We are.
It's an
These
important
days.
date in the diary, I think.
Well, we like the food, so that's why we all turn up.
We like the cake. And apart from getting work done, it's a very social thing. So we're all very good friends at this stage.
Yes.
Very
I
good
hope.
friends. I like the one where we went to the beach with the donkey.
That was lovely.
That was a nice one.
Beach, that was one of mine.
And the one under your house mining
Martin's
for
house.
gold.
Do you like that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Well,
that
it was kind of exceptional, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it
That
was
made
unusual,
it
yeah,
special.
yeah.
We've done lots of tree planting and tree management at yours, haven't we?
And we had Henry to carry the gorse logs as
Oh,
well.
the gorse, yeah.
That was good.
And we did logging at your place as well, didn't we, Mike?
No, I like that. Was a good one. I like that one actually. That was a nice
I enjoyed that too.
What did we do here that was
one. Planting everything nice for you,
Cutting
Tim.
brambles.
brambles? Yes, that's a favourite.
Yeah, we
as
painted
always.
the house one summer,
We did.
didn't we? And
Oh, yeah,
made a catamaran,
we did made a catamaran.
and pulled down half of the barn last May.
Can we work?
Pluck the turkeys. A very good idea.
We
We
plucked turkeys.
thousands of
Oh, the
turkeys.
turkeys, yeah. That would have been a favourite of mine as well at the time.
And ducks and rabbits.
Ducks in. Do we do rabbits?
We never plucked a rabbit.
No, never plucked a rabbit.
I remember.
The one with the least
Madeline, we're just
choice.
remembering our favourite mehals.
I think we came over to,
Any thoughts?
yes, to help with your
Favourite mehals?
Yes. Some American.
We reckon we've done about 14
No,
in
there was
each
Tony
place.
and Mary, our neighbour.
Can't remember any of them. The digging the pond was fun, wasn't it?
Oh yes, here, that's right. There was a,
Digging the hole under Martin's house wasn't fun.
No, we all
yeah,
decided
we've all remembered it though.
That was the worst one, was it?
Which is
No, that
so
was the-
silly.
I think that was the funniest and the most sort of extreme, wasn't it? Really?
Are we
Extreme
there
mehaling.
yet?
Yeah, extreme mehal.
I liked when we put all the paddocks in on my farm, you know, to double the number of fields. That was a good day's work, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yep.
We talk about our ale.
Yes, that's right. We do natter on a lot, don't we? And but we cover the same sort of subjects:
We do.
ailments, death,
Death.
We
Death
do
is
death
big.
quite well.
Bit of gloom and doom.
unsustainability.
We eat really good meals though. I think that's probably the best thing about it is the dinners, isn't it?
We're all
It's true.
looking forward to this
And
beat.
cake.
I'm getting
And cake.
already.
Back to the potato harvest. 7 years ago we started this group with exactly the same job, and here we all are still, including the horses, just the same but older.
So lots of potatoes here.
That's what I call a harvest.
The rows we ploughed and then planted yielded nearly twice as much as the ones we planted without ploughing. And we ended up with a pretty good harvest, considering how late the spring was here. A month ago I thought I'd never be well enough again to do this job, so I am very happy to be almost well again. As usual, the job got done with good humour and much slagging. We are part of another mehal group too, and they are both important to us. It's curious how rare these work groups seem to be nowadays, because
Not much
they're a
left,
great
is there?
way of getting things
Hard
done
one.
and making good friends. Everyone should be in at least one mehal group. We ended the day a little weary, but with a big heap of potatoes and big appetites. We toasted the group and our achievements with lots of good food and a little something to wash it down. Thanks, gang. Here's to the next 7 years.